heard that rich people have assets, and they don't just have one asset, they have tons of assets, and they work on using their money to build more wealth and more assets. And so today we're going to talk about what are assets, what types of assets are there, and which assets can we adopt so that we can be wealthy as well. Let's do it. First, let's define our term. So what is an asset? An asset is a resource owned or controlled by an individual, a corporation, or government with the expectation that it will generate a positive economic benefit. And so common types of assets can include current, non-current, physical, intangible, operating, and non-operating. And so having these assets and understanding them is really, really important because that's what makes the world go round. That's what builds massive wealth. And so it's important to figure out which assets will work for you. And so maybe you are a really big real estate person, and so go for that. Maybe you're a big business person or you want to own businesses. Maybe you want to be an investor in the stock market. Maybe you want to do all of those. And so let's talk about them and so you can figure out what's going to work best for you. A few examples of assets are cash and cash equivalents. So if you have cash, it's actually really helpful. It's an asset because then you can use that cash to invest in things that will make you more money and that will cash flow. And so it's really important to have cash. You can also have accounts that are receivable. This can be helpful. So an account receivable, I do have a video on the financial terms that you need to know that people are holding back from you, and actually talked about an accounts receivable. I didn't know about this before, but account receivable is basically when someone already paid for your item and a service that you had, and so you're just waiting for that to come in. And so that is an asset because it's money you're going to be making. It could be inventory. So if you own a clothing store and you have a bunch of clothing, that is worth money, right? And so that is an asset. You have things to sell and that will make you more money. Investments, and so this could be investments in the stock market and real estate, all of these different types of things, investments in yourself. PPE, which is property, plant, and equipment. And so having property, having equipment, those are all assets. You can make money off of that. Vehicles can be assets. They're not always assets. And typically they are a depreciating asset. And so maybe you spent $50,000 on it, especially if it's a new car, it will go down, down, down in value. But it is an asset. Furniture and patents. And so patents for a product that you invented, that is an asset as well. So assets are typically classified by three different things. So convertibility. So how easy it is to convert them into cash. So if you have an asset that's convertible, that's easily convertible to cash, then a lot of people will want that. Some people don't care, like real estate, they want a lot of real estate. You can't really convert that easily to cash. We also have physical existence. So is it tangible, right? Like we talked about that product. And so having that inventory, that is a physical, intangible asset. Usage. So what is their usage and their purpose? The first category, we have tangible assets. And so we have short-term deposits, accounts receivables, inventory, marketable securities, and office supplies. Two, we have fixed or non-current assets. So these are the things that can't be easily converted to cash. And so that would be like land, buildings, machinery, equipment, patents, and trademarks. Tangible assets. So these are things we could actually touch, see, and feel, like cash, office supplies, inventory, and marketable solutions. Two, we have intangible assets. So these are things that you cannot touch. They lack a physical existence. And these are things like goodwill. And so an asset, you are giving goodwill to someone, you're helping someone out. That can be an asset because one day they might help you. Patents, brand, copyrights, trademarks, trade secrets, licenses and permits, and corporate intellectual property. We have operating assets. So these are assets that require the daily operation and use. So like buildings, machinery, equipment, patents, copyrights, and goodwill. Lastly, we have non-operating assets. And so these can make you money, but it's not required for the daily operations of a business. And so short-term investments, marketable securities, vacant land, and interest income from a fixed deposit. Important to understand assets because there's a wide variety out there. You might have just known as stocks. You might have just known of maybe land or real estate, but actually for a business, and this is specifically more business centric, and I could do a more specific video on maybe some more that everyday people get. But for businesses, this is really important because it shows them how much money they actually have and what is their net worth and how much money and assets do they have and own? So let me know in the comments below, was this video helpful? I'm trying to share more information just about finance and money and business so that you guys can hopefully be more aware and just think differently and expand your thinking. That's what I'm trying to do for myself. So I just wanted to share some things that I'm interested in. Definitely let me know in the comments below what you're interested in, or if you have any questions, feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share with a friend, and subscribe for more videos, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified. Thanks so much for being here. You've got this. Keep investing, learning, and growing. I know you can build as many assets and potential that you want. You got this. Bye, guys.